Hello, welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast where we research life so you don't have to. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam.
So weird not saying episodes.
Is it?
Like, I'm that close.
I mean, you could say it, it just might not be right half the time.
Episode something.
I think it's 164?
Sweet.
This is a talk episode, obviously. So, Shaun and I are going to just hang out and chat.
We started posting videos on YouTube again.
We did.
So if you want to see my beautiful face and Sam in a blanket, check us out on the YouTubes.
Dude, you know what I've been realizing? So now that I have to go to the hospital often, I feel like I look like a homeless person every time I walk in there. Because, usually I'm, going to work, and I just wear sweatpants and, grungier clothes at work because I'm usually doing something nasty.
Right.
Or, the other day, I was wearing, sweatpants and my flannel.
Right.
And my, hair was all fucked up because I just took off my hat in my car. I was like, man, they probably think I'm a homeless person. No one ever questions me or, asks me anything, but...
So what you're getting at is you look like a homeless person most days.
Yep.
You're just now realizing it.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the audience what you also realized this morning?
I realized a lot of things. Oh, that if you go to bed earlier, you can get up earlier?
Yeah.
How crazy, guys.
30 years. 30 years for you to put that one together.
I mean, I should have said... easier. It's easier to get up earlier if you go to bed earlier.
Crazy.
Dude, we went to bed at 9, I turned off my lamp at 9:30 p.m. the other day. And, I woke up at 4:30 and had to let Mimi out. But I stayed awake. I stayed up. And I, stayed up all day long and I was fine. I wasn't tired, early or whatever. And then the next night, I didn't turn off my lamp until 10:30. And man, it was impossible to get up at 5:30.
Because of lack of discipline, it was impossible. So, do you know what they say about sleep and the time you go to sleep?
It's supposed to be the same every single night, right?
Well, yeah, but for your circadian rhythm, same time go to bed, same time wake up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a normal sleep schedule, mm-hmm. For every hour you get to sleep before midnight, it's 2 hours of sleep to your body. And so that's why if you go to bed at 9:30 and you wake up at 4:30, it's easier than going to bed at 10:30 and waking up at 5:30 because really it was like you went to bed at 9:30 and woke up at 5:30.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
And so that's why when I used to routinely get to bed at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
or 9 p.m. when I would routinely go to bed at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I would naturally wake up right before 5 a.m. or right at 5 a.m. every day.
Yeah.
And it's because your body it's more rested.
Yeah.
By getting that time.
Even throughout today, I felt like I did not get as much sleep.
Oh, dude, I felt awful today compared to the day before.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
I was all day long. I was trying to catch up. I drank 3 cups of coffee, had a Monster, and I still was just fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting to bed early plays a massive, massive role.
Yeah.
And yeah.
On those nights, so we put laundry away. Which, that probably took us another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we did some other things, throughout the night. On nights we know we're going to be up late, we should literally just be fuck it, we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because just getting to bed earlier is so much more helpful.
Right. Yeah.
Live and learn.
Mm-hmm. Well, another thing is, as soon as that's your bowling night. But, on nights I get home from jiu-jitsu.
You can't do that.
Yeah, that's my bad. Later, because usually it's around 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
Then I should always just have like a Midwest or a meal ready so I could eat and go to bed.
Yeah.
Eat. No. Get home. Shower.
Eat, go to bed, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then on those nights I can make your meal for you while you're showering. Stuff to help you.
Thanks, babe. Love that.
And then I'll probably get ready to bed while you're showering and eating. Peace out, B.
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, dude, sleeping. Crazy.
I love it.
All right, guys. So I tore my pec, partial tear. Nothing crazy, like 10% tear. Not crazy. 2.5 weeks ago now, and it seemed like the day it happened really, really sucked.
I feel like the next day was worse for you, right?
No, the night was horrible.
Oh, that night, yeah.
That night was
That
horrible.
Night was bad.
I just felt awful.
Yeah.
I was like in so much pain just existing. Not like a crazy amount of pain. I've had way worse pain, but like just an uncomfortable pain the whole time. And I was like, fuck. The next day, same thing. Just like existing sucked. It was like, oh my God. And then it started getting a little bit better. But nowhere near like by the end of that first week, on like the 7th day I shoveled. So one full week after I did a partial tear, I shoveled. Fucking back, like that night I felt like shit again.
Yeah.
Just horrible. And the next day I was fine. And so anyway, 2.5 weeks. So in the middle of last week, the bruising went away.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, and we're pretty sure the bruising only started because of the shoveling.
Yeah, because it happened, onset that night.
Yep.
After I shoveled that morning.
Yep.
And then it went away middle of the week. And it was not yesterday. The day before was like the first day where I had like no pain from doing anything. And then yesterday I was able to do jujitsu with it, which it started feeling towards the end of class. It was getting pretty knotted up. And then today I like hauled a bunch of drywall and hung drywall. It was fine.
Nice.
It's going good. The recovery's going good. Loading up with BPC 157 every other day. Or wait, twice a day. BPC 157 twice a day. And we're on the road to recovery.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be similar to my hamstring when I tore that, which was just, again, another partial tear. But it was like usable after a week, but you could still tell it was pretty fucked up. And then like the next 2 weeks, it made progress to where like I could use it every day.
Yeah.
But then I didn't feel like comfortable using it for another like 4 weeks after that. So I didn't feel comfortable using it again until like 6 weeks after my injury.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know what this thing's doing.
I don't know either.
But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how recovery's going on it.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
Do you want to do me a favor?
What's up?
So right behind you,
Yeah.
there's a book that says Harry Potter, A Magical Year.
Okay.
Can you grab that? Thank you. I wanted to do this, but I kept forgetting on all of our talk episodes. So, we all know I'm a Harry Potter nerd. Guess what was yesterday?
What's up?
So this book, Harry Potter, A Magical Year, a spellbinding moment for every day from J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter novels. So it gives you something like different every single day about Harry Potter, which we know I love. Yesterday was Lily Potter's birthday. But today, it says, the lamps in Dumbledore's office were lit, the portraits of previous headmasters were snoring gently in their frames, and the pensieve was ready upon the desk once more. Can you name that book? I couldn't.
Harry Potter and the Fresh Blood Prince.
Fresh Blood Prince?
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but you are correct.
What's it called?
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince?
Half-Blood Prince, thank you. That is book number 6.
Yes.
Bro, come on. Let's get out of
What chapter is that?
How many chapters in the book?
No, it's behind you. I think the only one I don't have is number 4. Goblet of Fire.
That was about 3/4 of the way through the book.
Oh, no, 5th.
Let's go with 3/4 of the way through the book.
Half-Blood Prince, okay. I don't have the 5th book. It's the blue one I don't have. Well, in hardcover I don't have it. Whatever.
Let's go with chapter 20.
Chapter 20? Chapter 17.
I'm close.
Yeah. A Sluggish Memory.
That was the chapter?
Yep. So maybe every once in a while we'll read that book for you guys.
Dude, I love Harry Potter.
That notebook is yours.
Slytherin?
Yeah.
Where'd we get this?
I got it from my work. It's just a cute little Slytherin notebook, which I was a Slytherin, and then Shaun decided he was a Slytherin, so we couldn't be the same.
Why not?
Why can't we be the same?
Yeah.
We are not the same people.
Do you think I'm more Slytherin or more Gryffindor?
Slytherin.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because I'm slimy?
Sure.
Just like a serpent.
No. Remember we were reading all the descriptions?
Yeah.
I'm definitely more of a Ravenclaw.
Right.
I was always in between the Slytherin and Ravenclaw, so we decided to switch me to Ravenclaw. Slytherin.
I think I like the colors of Hufflepuff the most.
Do you really?
Blue.
Hufflepuff is not blue.
What is it? I like Ravenclaw the most. Is Ravenclaw purple?
Who are you? What is happening right now?
I don't know. What color is Hufflepuff?
Yellow and black.
I like that color. It's like a bumblebee.
Yeah.
What is Gryffindor?
Red and gold. Or crimson and gold, probably.
What's Slytherin? Green and black?
Green and silver.
Oh, green and silver. And then what's
Ravenclaw is supposed to be blue and copper or bronze, but everyone changes it to blue and silver, which is dumb. Blue and bronze is so much cooler.
Yeah, I think I like them the most. I just said that because the coaster is Ravenclaw and it's blue and I like it.
Slytherin traits are ambition, resourcefulness, determination, cleverness.
What's Gryffindor traits?
Here you go. We'll go more in depth. How about that? Focused on goals, determined, prepared, subtle, perfectionist, adaptable, realistic, big on cost-benefit analysis, self-reliant, charming,
I do got a fucking nice mustache.
ruthless, and able to separate their idea of themselves from what they do.
It might match me.
Cool. So which one are you looking for now?
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. Values courage, bravery, nerve, and chivalry.
Go deeper.
Oh, you want to go deeper? Okay. Let's see if I can find the same thing. Here we go. They are experience-oriented, honest, practical, blunt, passionate, playful, funny, prone to living in the moment and not taking themselves seriously, trusting, idealistic, stubborn, and loath to back down, prone to procrastination, wary of manipulators and liars. Gryffindors tend to have a strong moral center and are unafraid to act on their morals or to seize opportunities to make changes. Ravenclaw are analytical, intelligent, logical yet impractical, curious, inquisitive, creative, witty, wise, observers more often than participants, interested in understanding things, resigned cynics, fond of intellectual discussion, introspective, independent, self-entertaining, fond of learning for the sake of learning. Just because an applicant is smart does not mean they are a Ravenclaw. Consider Snape, Hermione, Lily, and Percy.
Very cool.
Hufflepuff. Oh, I didn't even see those things at the bottom. Okay, nice. Hufflepuffs are hardworking, determined, tenacious, loyal, honest, genuine, well-rounded, fair and just, open-minded, giving, good-hearted, accepting, compassionate, passionate, practical, patient, dependable. Not you. Mainly with the patient.
Mainly with the patience.
Yeah. A Hufflepuff's loyalty is not free. It is selective and based on fairness, but will likely be prominent throughout the application.
Dude, a Hufflepuff might be the best.
Yeah, dude, they get, like, shit on. Plus, their common room is right next to the kitchen. So it's, like, warm and toasty and, like, just cozy.
That's why a lot of them are fat. But that's, like, good characteristics, good character traits.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Hufflepuffs, like, are great.
They're, like, the best.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's why Mimi is definitely a Hufflepuff.
Oh, she's the best. She loves everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
So, yeah, I think you're still a Slytherin.
Yeah, I think so, too. Now that I hear that, though, dude, like, strive to be a Hufflepuff.
Hell yeah.
Damn, son. Who'd have thought? Cool. What do you got? What else you got?
Would you ask me? What did I learn? Not change your dreams because of your parents.
Or family.
Or family.
Sure, why do you say that?
I know, I was just reminded because I was talking to Brooke about how I want to, like, make sure I hang out with my parents more before they, you know, leave this world.
Mm-hmm.
And then she did remind me of, like, my life doesn't evolve around them, right? Like, I can't make them change if they don't want to change, and I shouldn't affect my life too much. Like, I shouldn't go out of my way too much to help them. Even
change if they're not willing to change.
Yeah.
You know what that's kind of similar to?
What's that?
Being a lighthouse.
Mm-hmm. And, like, I told Shaun, I was like, I want to hang out with them more, so then, like, down the road I won't regret them being gone and not hanging out with them more. Mm-hmm. Especially because we live in the same city right now, and who knows, we may not always live in the same city as them. So that's why I kind of want to take advantage of seeing them a little bit more than what I do now, because they are so close in proximity.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I got.
It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this My Net Diary app.
Yeah, your food tracking app.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I started tracking my food again because
you're a piece of shit when you don't. Like, you eat more junky food when you don't track it.
Right. And the thing is like, when I know I have to track shit, I'm like a little more wary to go like eat out and shit, 'cause I'm like, fuck, tracking this is gonna be tough, you know. And so, backtracking my food, I will say I had 4 Tootsie Rolls today. Fuck, like little ones, like the little flavor ones,
mm-hmm.
at Warren's office.
Mm-hmm.
They're always so good.
Mm-hmm.
I made a joke with him. I'm like, hey man, if I fucking worked here, I'd be diabetic. And he's like, I am. And I was like, damn. And he's like, I try not to eat them, but sometimes I can't help myself. And I was like, that cracks me up.
Have them at your office then?
Yeah, maybe his blood sugars get low. You never know.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah. But so, where was I going? Where was I at with that?
Tracking your foods.
Oh, yeah. Who's that?
I don't know.
It's my mom.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll have to just pause everything.
Pause 1 minute. Intermission.
Over?
Concluded.
Yes.
We added a dog.
If you are watching the YouTubes, you will see there's another one.
We added Dash.
Yes.
And Mimi's very excited about it.
Be excited. We really do need to get like a shelf up there.
So then we can see Hamos.
Hamos in the background more.
Right. All right.
And there's no way we're gonna have guests. We're too close right now.
Right.
Anyways.
Like shelf there.
Yeah. I have those little ones under the printer. You can just put up one of those.
That works. I can do that.
Anyways, so yeah, I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't too important.
I highly doubt it was. What was I talking about? Were you talking about something? I was talking about... Doesn't matter. Anyways, on the next thing. So, Mimi.
Mm-hmm.
We looked at whole food diet.
Yep. We've been talking about doing this since the beginning of the year.
Yes. And it really doesn't look difficult.
No.
Turns out, so like one of the big things they like say, right, is like your dog, you know, if you switch your dog out of dog food and feed it human food, they're losing the nutrition.
Yeah. Like there's nutrients in dry food.
Yeah. So then I read about dry food. And it's like, oh, actually, no. Most of the nutrients are cooked out, and it's cooked at a super high temperature to, like, preserve it so that these kibbles can sit on the shelf for a year. And because of how it's cooked and all the, like, the animal fats and all the preservatives and things that are in it, it's actually really harsh on the dog's stomachs, which then causes, like, them to have more allergies, them not live as long, them not get the amount of nutrition they need, and all that stuff. And there's a list of like 15 foods. So like dog can have like 15 foods that's healthy for it, and you just make up a diet
consisting of those foods.
Consisting of the 15 foods, and boom, you're done.
Yeah.
So we like looked up different ways you can make them, and pretty much we can just. They all are going to be, all the meals are going to be based around like meat or egg.
Yeah.
Some sort of protein. And for Mimi, she needs, I think, 16 ounces of food.
Yeah, it's at 16 to 20 ounces.
Yeah, 16 to 20 ounces depending on the activity level of food a day. And so it'll be like she'll get some carbs, she'll get some fats, and she'll get some meat or eggs every day. Twice a day. And we'll just kind of like add in fruits and stuff. But yeah, they talk about like cooking up the vegetables and then just like mincing it in a food processor, stirring together like your meat, your vegetables, and then like a rice, and then another one you could have like eggs, oatmeal, yogurt, and fruit.
Yeah.
And you just like mix them together. You can puree them, but you don't have to. You can just mix them together. And then put them in the freezer in a bag and just pull out the bag the night before to thaw out for the next day. And then you just got food for your dog all the time.
Yeah.
And you can just like pre-make enough for the week or 2 weeks or whatever. So then they're like little dog things ready.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But I don't know. It says like life expectancy of a dog on natural food compared to regular food is like 50% longer.
That's crazy.
Yep. So.
Hopefully we're not too late.
No, hopefully not. Hopefully extends it a little bit.
Yeah.
She's already a sensitive little pup.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, we're hoping this really helps get rid of her allergies a little bit. We've also been washing our blankets and bedding more. Not like we don't wash them ever, but like a lot of the blankets that just sit around the house, we don't we wash like once a month. So those we're starting to wash more in hopes to like lower her allergies. Just stuff like that.
Right.
Dude, he does not look comfortable. Do you see him in the video? His head is just so far down.
Yeah, who knows? How neat. Check out the YouTube vid if you want to see little man.
Just passed out on my lap.
Yep. I'll put up the shelf this weekend so that
we get a Mimi cam.
Getting Mimi in there. She'd like that.
Yeah. Those arms that Andy Frisella uses.
Yeah.
They're the same brand as our Go mics.
Yeah.
I think they're only like $100 a piece. Which is crazy because these were $100 a piece.
It's interesting as we progress, and like see other people's videos and shit. It's really not that much more expensive.
Or the same price.
Or like similar prices, and the quality of the shit is just like next level. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
I think I like that brand quite a bit. Rode.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be upset because I like the quality of our to-go mics already.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't be upset to like upgrade all of our mics to that brand.
Right.
There's nothing like quite wrong with these, but it's just so hard to get a consistency out of them. Because we have 4 of them, 4 different Blue Yetis. Blue Yeti. That just sounded weird. I don't know why. They just say blue on the things. But yeah, it's so hard to get a consistent sound quality out of them. So I can't show you, but on our thing, I have a mixer, and like at times I have to like finagle with Shaun's because sometimes he's really quiet, sometimes he's really loud. Mine, I think, is turned down actually quite a bit because, and as you can tell, I have to talk farther away from my mic than Shaun does because mine picks up noise too easily. There's another one we have that we have to turn it up all the way and it still isn't that loud.
Yeah, they're weird.
They're just not consistent. And I've reached out to them before and they sent us a replacement and it wasn't like we had similar issues with it.
Yeah.
And I think our expensive one has an echo issue right now. We haven't had any guests, so I haven't fucked with it. That's why we haven't used it. But so yeah, these are good. They're really good. I do really like them. They're just very inconsistent.
There's a way to figure out how to not have them that way.
Inconsistent?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, these aren't the highest, like, level of theirs of blues.
Right.
So I'm sure if we did upgrade to maybe, like, their better ones. I really want to get condenser mics. We've talked about that on here before. Those automatically help adjust pitches. So, like, when Shaun gets really excited and in your face, instead of it sounding very blown out, it tones him down so you can hear that he's loud. Like, you can tell you're louder, but the sound in the headphones isn't louder.
Right.
So I want to get a couple of those microphones. I've been doing some research on different brands. I don't know which one I want yet. But
they're pretty expensive, ain't they?
Probably twice as much as these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a down the road kind of thing.
Kick the can.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, these ones work great. We've dialed it in so we know how to get, like, the best sound out of them. It would just be nice to have something that, like, when we have guests, I don't have to fuck with it for a week ahead of time.
Right. Yeah, we need to start having guests.
Yeah, we do.
But, Sam and I met with someone who's gonna, Mitch Stam, who's gonna photograph and video, AJ and my's, Whiskery event, our full day event.
Yeah.
So I met with him and he's going to do that. And him and I talked about YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel. And we were talking about one way to get traction on YouTube, obviously posting consistently.
Yep.
But also thumbnails.
Yeah, which I never thought of. Like, that's not something you hear any, like, other content creator talk about.
No, but you don't, right? But then you go to their pages,
and they're all like,
everyone's got these wicked thumbnails, and it's like, fucking right in your face this whole time.
But the funny thing is like they're not even outlandish. Like, it's a lot of people who, because they see it with reels too, so they just take. Because you can do it actually really easily on YouTube. It will, like, freeze frame a couple moments or whatever.
Sure.
So a lot of times it's those freeze frames and then, like, word art on top of it.
Right. Yep.
It's just such a simple thing.
So simple.
Apparently it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Well, that's what Mitch said too. He's like, it's not even that it takes some playing around to, like, understand how to do it. Mm-hmm. But then it's not that hard. You have, like, a similar picture, like, of a face or whatever that you're going to, like, Photoshop in with some, like, whatever happens in, or like some clip art. Like
Yeah.
it's not a crazy thing to do, and it's a way to like drive a lot of traffic. Then I was listening to Travis Chappell. He's a podcaster, been podcasting for like 8 years. AJ actually turned me on to him, so I started following him. But so at the beginning of this year, they decided to take their YouTube seriously because they never did their YouTube, and they started posting every single day content. So like they chopped up content that they've had from the past multiple years of filming and podcasting and whatnot, and they chopped it up, and they've been releasing content every single day. So they went from just like okay views, they didn't really say how many, to he had 2.8 million views in the first month of the year.
Oh. And
like I'd have to like double check, but I don't think he even had 100,000 views before this.
Wow.
So they've upped their like views and subscribers a shit ton by utilizing reels and videos posted every single day.
That's awesome.
Crazy. So there's definitely something to say about consistency, as long as like it's good quality with thumbnails and shit like that.
Yeah. There's a button on the thing behind you. See the little clear battery pack? I forgot to light up our background. There's a button on the top. Right there. Did you actually push it? There we go. Fancy. I know I got good. I have a lot more lights actually that we can put up there. Oh, it's on the changing setting.
Cool. Like it.
Yeah, that's one of the things, one of our plans that we have. Right now, right now I'm going to try and do some, no, you're just confusing me, sorry. I'm going to try and do some more stuff with, like, our Instagram, and I'm going to try and make some shorts and reels. We'll just see how much time I have and how much effort I want to put into it right now. But that's kind of my plan coming up, is to just do that full time for us. So I think I'm excited. Like, I'm glad like we're learning this stuff now before we even start. So it's not like we start and have to kind of chug along and try and figure it out ourselves. Like, we're learning a lot of like tidbits now that we can change that aren't a whole lot of time commitment for me.
Yeah. Well, it'd be good to get a lot of this stuff implemented. Because by the time you would start to do it full time, you wouldn't even have to, because all this stuff would be implemented. Like, we'll know how to do it.
Right.
You'll have the system down, so it won't even be a full time. It'll be a very part-time thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know? What else we got?
Fuck.
It's going to be a very short talk episode if you have nothing else to talk about, Shaun.
What's new? What's going on in the world?
In the world.
I guess people are having heart attacks. I've heard that.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
I'm bringing up what I've heard. That's it. I'm asking you what you've heard, babe. What have you heard? What have you heard?
There's riots going on around the world about different.
Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to talk about renewable energy. Did we talk about this on the last one?
No, we haven't. That was completely different from either of the first two topics you just brought up.
So, we were watching Andy Frisella.
Yes.
Yeah, we're watching Real AF on YouTube because if I have the time, so pretty much if I'm not working, like driving around working or whatever, I like to listen to my podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you see the facial expressions of the people, right? Like listening to like Ed Milet, The Real Bradley, Rob Bailey, Andy Frisella. Like, you get to see the facial expressions, what's going on and shit like that. And so I like watching the YouTube. So we were watching the YouTube the other night and finished up with it, and it turned it on to PBS News.
Yeah.
The weekend news. And I didn't understand how my YouTube brought me from Andy Frisella to the news. So I'm like, okay.
And it was 8 days old, by the way. It wasn't new.
But it did like this low, like that, like what's the thing in the beginning? Like the preview of what the whole show is going to be?
Like a recap almost?
Yeah, like a recap in the beginning, though.
I don't know, an intro?
I don't know. There's like a certain term for it. But anyways, I watched that, and so there's riots. That's how I get riots in Peru because the citizens feel that the election was rigged and stolen. Mm-hmm. Nothing like in the U.S., right? So they feel that the election was rigged and stolen. So there's rioting in the streets, like mass rioting, like a shit ton of people. There's videos, incredible amounts of people. Check it out. It is the news, so whatever, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. But check out the riots in Peru. And so the police have been killing rioters, right? Because, you know, they'll get violent, whatever, and loot, and they'll kill them. And so they asked the people rioting and like the whatever how they'll stop rioting, and ask the police department how they can stop like killing people, right? And they're like, the only way we're stopping the riots is if the president steps down from being president because it was a rigged election.
Right.
And the president commented on it and was like, yeah, that ain't happening. So the president's not willing to step down, so the riots continue, which means the killing of the rioters continue. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that was in like part of the fucking intro. And I was like, shit, dude, all right, I gotta check this out. Then there was the storms in Cali.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out, guys. The Midwest don't sound so fucking bad all of a sudden.
Yeah.
When you're talking about mudslides, sinkholes, dude, the one sinkhole, a fucking car was down in the bottom of this sinkhole. They said the sinkhole was 35 feet wide, and it was like, I don't know, looked maybe like 12 feet deep. Yeah. Can you imagine just fucking a sinkhole that, boom, down into? Insane. Flooding galore.
Yeah.
And people are saying how beautiful California is. Well, kind of looks like a shithole to me. They're wondering what to do with all the homeless people because the streets are flooded. Well, I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I thought that was awesome. What, got any takes on any of these things yet?
No.
All right. So I saw that, and then I was like, okay, there's one other thing in the intro that I absolutely loved. And it is in Alaska, they're using a renewable...
In one town
in Alaska, they're using a renewable energy source to power their town because fuel has gotten so expensive and bringing in natural gas is so expensive that they wanted to fuel their town in a different way.
Yeah, because in order to even like get to the town, most of the time you need to take a boat, but lately the water hasn't been high enough for like boats and stuff to actually even get to the town.
Yep. So the boats haven't been able to get to the town because the water's not high enough, which is interesting. And why I thought that first part was really interesting is because in Alaska, the icebergs are melting, making the water levels rise. And which
that's in the ocean.
That's so in the ocean.
Maybe where they live is not
the ocean.
Right.
Maybe. Definitely possible.
Yeah.
But I'm just sitting here like, man, climate change, heating it up, and water levels rising in Alaska, and then their lake. I don't know if it's the lake or the ocean there. I'm sure it's a lake. But their lake's just like,
no, dog. We're too low.
We're going low.
Yeah.
Thought that was neat.
So anyways, this renewable energy source.
Climate change, guys. That's all I got to say about that. So, renewable energy source, because natural gas is too expensive, which, if you checked your energy bills lately, natural gas has fucking gone up. Like I said that shit like what? It was back before the elections.
Yeah.
So yeah, because natural gas was supposed to be right near doubling this year, and it was like right on the like website of fuel oil and price and all that shit. And
which it wasn't the actual price of the natural gas that was expensive. It was like the
transportation.
Yeah, transportation. So they made a thing where like the price of natural gas was going to be the same for 2023. The same price.
Up 4 cents.
Up 4 cents.
Or
But, okay,
4%, yeah.
it's going to be the same throughout the year.
Yeah.
But the transportation charge changes every month.
Yeah. And it just so happened to change that the price of our natural gas last month,
Like tripled almost.
it was like doubled. Yeah, it was like doubled.
But yeah, it was ridiculous. Ooh.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I was like, man, I hope this continues. I want to see this continue for a few more months to validify what I was saying a few months ago.
Anyways, you don't really hope that, but go for it.
The world's burning. My diesel gas is going up again.
Continue with this
All right.
story.
Renewable energy source, guys. Guess what it is?
What is it, Shaun?
They're burning wood. They're burning wood.
Yeah. So it's like a furnace that takes the fire and makes energy out of it.
Yeah, it makes like electricity.
Yeah.
So similar to how like they have coal burning. So you burn coal. Then they have like some sort of fucking power plant thing that takes the fire, the coal, the burning of the coal, and then turns it into electricity, and electricity gets distributed. So somehow they made this fucking homemade contraption, which looked pretty sick.
Yeah, it did actually.
Same concept. You're burning wood. The wood then turns to electricity, which then is distributed throughout the city.
Yep.
Wood.
Yep.
Renewable energy, renewable resource, wood.
Because what the townspeople get paid when they turn in wood.
Well, they just said like by using wood instead of natural gas, you get loggers who make more money.
But yeah, I think like
transport companies.
I think citizens get paid to bring wood to the
Oh,
town.
sure, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Because that was part of the benefit was they because they're trying to make it where their town could just survive on themselves.
Right.
They
Yep.
don't need to have like stuff imported if they don't have to.
Right. We'll need a lot less. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was super cool. Is a neat little town. It kind of. I thought it was really cool.
It was, yeah.
And a lot of hippies, like the people in California right now, dying in the storms. Bet you if they watch that, they'd get their panties in a bunch.
Oh yeah.
Seeing all their trees being cut down and burned. Mm-hmm. Which I do think, like, because they were talking about hardwoods and how they have a lot of hardwoods up there. Absolutely. But if a big portion of us switch to a renewable energy, such as wood, we would use up our stock pretty fast.
Yeah, real fast.
I think, I'm a big proponent on, like, the farming of trees, and the pine tree farms that they have.
Yeah.
Where you get the pines that grow up to full size in, like, 10 to 20 years or whatever. Big proponent of that kind of energy. But I just love, dude, I love that now we have switched to a point that, like, because wood furnaces, wood stoves, all that shit is like, nope, that's in the past, very unsafe, fuck all that, da-da-da-da. You need to have natural gas. And now it's like, well, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When like Shaun and I have even talked about that, like, because we wanted to get like a house with a wood stove in it.
Yeah.
Because we're like, that would just be so much nicer when natural gas prices go up. But a lot of insurance companies now won't cover houses with them.
Yeah. You'd still find some.
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't. But it does make me think, right? Like, like having a wood stove, that's so cheap. Mm-hmm. That's some cheap fucking energy.
Yeah.
Right there. And your house smells better. It heats a lot better. And you just got to make sure your chimney's cleaned out a couple times a year.
How many chimney sweeps do you think there are like still around?
To clean your chimneys?
Yeah. Probably not a lot, right?
Probably not a lot.
Damn.
Just do it yourself.
You just do it yourself?
You can. Can't you?
I mean, I'm sure you can, but I'd want like a professional to actually do that, since like that shit like starts fires and stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe. But what if you just learn how to do it?
I suppose. Easy. Maybe. It's really dirty though.
I'm sure.
I mean, it is. It's not a sure thing.
You gotta do it twice a year or something.
My God.
Dude, I'd be about getting a wood furnace.
Dude, I think it'd be dope.
Fuck, yeah. Mimi'd love it.
Yeah, she would.
Then the house would start on fire when we're not home. Damn.
That'd be sad.
That'd be sad. I don't think that would happen.
No.
So.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Well, by then we'd probably have a warehouse anyway, so she'd be at the office with us.
Yeah. But yeah, wood, burning, fireplace, renewable energy.
Crazy. Who would have thought? Yeah, I think it's one of those things, like, it has to be a case-by-case basis, right? Like, it's a small enough town that's in the middle of nowhere that has a lot of... And I'm sure there's, like, tons of just naturally fallen trees, like, from storms and stuff.
Oh, God,
that they could probably use for a long-ass time.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, yeah. As long as... Yeah. There's a lot of pine tree farms, like the big tall ones, around Eau Claire. And they've been there, like, my whole life. Mm-hmm. So they've never cut them down.
Right.
And I'm like, why plant these and then never cut them down?
Maybe they're waiting for them to get bigger.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right, but I thought that, too, because, like, a lot of them are pretty good size. I don't know. I guess I wonder, like, what happens if you let it grow another 10, 20 years, if it doubles in the mass and the width. You know? I'm not sure.
Mm. But you got to think they would have to start cutting down, like, every other row.
Right.
Because there's no way that they can continue growing like that.
Right. You wouldn't think.
No. I didn't study ecology, so I couldn't tell you.
Science. Yep.
Well, cool. That's what I got for today. Do you got more?
I don't know. Probably not.
Cool.
There's I saw the new Humvee, the new electric Humvee.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Looks fucking sick. There's a YouTube video. Couple was out of town, and all they had to plug in at their Airbnb was into a 110 outlet. So they plugged in their Humvee to the 110 outlet, and it gives like the how many hours till it charges, you know? And it was like 3 days until charged.
Jesus.
It's like, uh-oh. It's usually at home, like, you have your, like, charging station, so I'm sure it charges overnight, no problem.
Right.
But you just do a normal wall charger. You gotta think of charging up, like, I think I plug in my truck at night, right? And that all that's doing is keeping, like, the engine warm. Right? Now think of, like, a Humvee and how big, like, how many batteries there are in that fucking thing. And the whole thing's batteries. And think of just plugging in that one plug-in. Mm-hmm. How long it'd take to charge that.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing, there had to be, I'm guessing, a charging station in that town.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, yeah, I'm sure, like, charging it overnight would probably get you far enough to get to that charging station.
Oh, right. 100%, yeah. And then you got to sit there for a couple hours to let it charge.
Well, that's why a lot of charging stations are, like, at, like, shopping centers or... So then you can go do things.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm a pretty huge proponent on gasoline.
Yeah. Eau Claire's had its charging station for a long time.
They have. Back behind Noodles and Company.
Yep. It was there when I was in high school. Probably. I don't know when they built it, but I know it was there my freshman year of high school. So, 2008.
Right. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what blows my mind sometimes?
What's that?
You went through high school, or parts of high school, having Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
I did not. Like, I didn't get a Snapchat until, like, my sophomore, junior year of college.
Oof. That's old.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, most people, when I was a freshman in high school, did not have cell phones. Or, like, that's when a lot of people were getting cell phones. But we all had a T9 yet.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, so did I. I'm only 2 years behind you. You're just late to the party. Because you got to think, I got Snapchat when, like, Kyle was going into his first year of college.
Didn't we look it up? Didn't it, like, not come out till...
2012.
Yeah. So that would have been his going into his... the end of his first year, going into his second year of college.
You're right. That's exactly right. Because I got mine the summer before my senior year.
I think I got mine at the end of my sophomore year of college then.
Yeah. Huh. World's neat, babe.
Yeah.
World's really neat. And now, like, look, you've got more of a higher Snapchat score than I do.
I do not.
Yeah, whatever.
Yours is like double mine.
Yeah, you know, win some, you lose some.
Salute over there.
Dude, some people that snap me a lot, I'll, like, check their scores to be like, am I the only one they're snapping a lot?
Right.
And it's like, oh, no. Oh, no, I'm not.
Damn. Who is it? There is, like, one person that do you get a score from snapping, putting stuff in your stories?
I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, I bet you this person would have a high-ass score. That's double yours.
That's impressive.
Are we surprised, though?
No. That's impressive.
That is impressive. Okay, let's see what yours is. Shaun's Snapchat score is 234,000.
Whoa! I remember when I was at 199. I remember when I wasn't even at 100.
Do you know what mine's at?
You're at 160.
123.
Not quite double yours.
Not quite. You're not changing that either.
We're going to double? Mm-hmm. I'll get there.
My Snap tokens. Oh, I don't know what that is. There used to be badges.
Is there any way to see who has the most out of all your friends?
Oh, I don't know.
I wish there was a way to, like, sort, like, who's got the highest Snap score.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be kind of cool. I don't know what I would do with that information. It would be kind of cool.
Snap. Oh, you and I have been friends since December 15th of 2016.
December 15th of 2016.
You're wrong. We both joined Snapchat in 2013.
For real?
Yeah. We got this fancy little icon. We both joined. Well, the same year Stories launched in 2013. Dang. I wonder if I go to a different friend if they have, like, something similar to that.
Weird. Man, I really thought I got mine in 2012. That's interesting. Huh.
Oh my gosh, what is yours?
What's up?
Wow, there's some of my friends that have higher Snap scores than I would have ever expected. Right? Like, that's impressive. He's also, like, the streak god. Like, he loves streaks. Okay, can I sort my friends? Manage friendships. I don't know what that means. No, I don't think I can. Which is kind of sad. If anybody knows how to sort your friends list by their scores, let me know.
Google would know.
Google would know. Should we look it up?
Look it up real quick.
You talk, so there's not more silence. There's lots of silence on here this time.
Is there?
Yes.
Think people mind?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You mind.
Right. When there's silence in videos? Huh. That makes sense. All right, let's see here. What do I do with my life? I work out. Yeah, my workout's been going good. I'm thinking of doing a full body workout. I've done it a couple times. I kind of like it, but I'm thinking of trying to do it, like, consistently 3 days a week. I think it'd be kind of fun. But I need to write a good program or get somebody to write me a good program. That could be a good first move to see how I like it. To see how I, like, retain mass, I guess, with full body workout. Be interesting. I feel like I'd be in the gym a lot longer to do a full body workout. but we will see. Something I want to try out because I don't want to train so much. I want to lift so many times. But I was listening to, or we were looking at so the average healthy, so the average death or the average lifespan is 77 years in the U.S. and the average healthy lifespan is 67 years. So in the last 10 years of your life, so at 67 you start to decline pretty drastically. So the average healthy lifespan 67 years, and then you spend 10 years kind of unhealthy, sick. You could die at any point, right? So what we were the nutritionist or whatever that we were watching, or the individual discussing it, was saying, if you do nothing, that's kind of the trajectory. However, if all you did was eat healthy, or no, what they didn't even have diet. I'm sorry. If all you did was exercise, if you just did moderate exercise, 5 hours a week, you could actually take that 67 and move it to 71. So you add the average is adding 4 years onto your life of healthy life. And if you do exercise of 15 hours a week, if you exercise 15 hours a week throughout your life, so you're averaging 15 hours a week of exercise throughout your life, you actually start to add time onto that 77 years. And so you can actually start living longer just through exercise. And then they touched on the diet portion, that through a healthy diet throughout your life, and especially as you're getting older, you can take and you can extend that 77 into your 80s, into your 90s, and you can be healthy that whole time, just by doing those things that so many people neglect. And so it really makes me think I'm on a good track, or we're on a good track, because we follow diets pretty well. We train. I train quite a bit, but I'm kind of thinking of doing less weight training and more exercise. So weight training 3 days a week, and then 3 days a week jiu-jitsu, and then I'd like to get in more jogging, walking, hiking, golfing, shit like that. Especially during the spring, summer, fall, more activities with Mimi, doing outdoor shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's kind of, I guess, my little thing on health, because there's a higher percentage of fat people than there is not fat people. So that's what I got. And you cannot, if you're obese and you think that you're going to live a healthy long life, you are in la la land. Because guess what is more expensive than eating healthy?
Eating not healthy?
Hospital bills.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what takes more time than exercise?
Hospital?
Spending time in waiting lines at the hospital.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't actually take more time, but it does take time. And then guess what's pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Guess what's a pretty big inconvenience?
Dying?
I was going to say exercising every day.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
But guess what's a bigger inconvenience?
Dying?
Dying's a bigger inconvenience than daily exercise.
Yeah.
But I think so many people, it just goes back into the podcast we did last week about or wait, we didn't do a podcast on that. We just did our saying on it, right? I am a soul. This is my vessel.
Yes.
And do we do a podcast on that?
No, I don't think at all.
No, so we should
That's
do
coming
one.
up. It's coming up.
So, I am a soul, and this is my vessel. And that just goes, you can take that and interpret it how you want to interpret it. But one way of interpretation is we get one life. We get one go at it in this vessel we have. So if we don't treat this vessel well, which I've definitely abused mine, but I've been taking care of it a lot more the last 4 years. But speaking of that, I need to donate blood. But we take these bodies, these vessels for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Our souls are gonna move on, right? They're gonna go into the afterlife, whether you go into heaven or hell, whatever you want to believe. You know, and you can. Whatever you believe in. We'll put that there. So your soul's going to continue moving forward, but wouldn't you want to spend the most amount of time in this vessel as you can before you move along? Because that's just going to give your soul more experiences that it experienced.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a couple, like 3 little theories out there about like... Do
you want to save that for the podcast?
Oh, you betcha I do.
Keep listening. That'll probably be episode 167.
Yeah. Stay tuned for more.
Yeah.
All right, babe, what do you got for me? Did you figure out how to do it?
No.
Okay.
But are you ready for this?
Yeah.
So there's an article about what your Snap score says about you.
Ooh, tell me more.
So do you want to just go with the categories we are in?
Yes, please.
You and I are both in different ones.
Okay.
So I'm in the 50 to 200,000 category, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty average. You probably created your Snapchat account during middle school.
Oh.
You surely have some memories on your Snap that give you flashbacks from your past years. You might have a lot of streaks with people. And then there's a quote from this girl. I usually snap like 20 to 45 people. Not that many, but it's just people I do streaks with. Who the fuck has streaks with 20 to 45 people?
Dude, is this what it feels like getting old?
Yeah.
Oh, you've probably had your Snapchat since middle school. Snapping 20 to 40 people, I don't do that.
No, I've looked at, like, Madison and Mercedes phones, and they go into their Snapchat, and I'm like, you treat your Snapchat like your text messages.
Oh, yeah.
Just tons of people unopened.
I know. It's disgusting.
Kaylee did it too.
I know. I can't stand that
it's
shit.
It's bad. Okay, so 20 to 400,000.
200 to 400.
200 to 400,000, thank you. Wow, what a number. If you have a Snap score between 200 and 400,000, you are quite popular. Oh my gosh. Snapchat is your go-to app. It is possible you have a sizable following on the platform and post almost daily to your story. It would not be a surprise if someone has accused you of messaging multiple people. And then the quote from their interview person is, I think the purpose of streaks is to see how much you snap someone every day.
I think I've just like repetitioned using Snapchat so much. And when I used to Snapchat, I'd send it to all the boys. Mm-hmm. Like Snapchatting was for the boys. And so I would just mass send out shit to the boys.
Yeah.
And then all the boys would send me shit back. And so I think... And then, like, Snapchat groups. I've had multiple Snapchat groups for years. And so I think between those is where so many of those come from. Mm-hmm. Does Snapchats does your number go up by the messages you send back and forth?
Let me look up how... Also, I guess the person with the highest Snap score has, like, 320 million.
320 million?
Yeah.
That's a bot.
No
No one posted that much. That is a bot.
Well, like they said, oh wait, what's this one? The world record Snapchat streaks belong to Hannah and Lauren Luque, who have maintained their streak. Oh wait, that's a streak.
Yeah.
Still, on January 16th, their streak was 2,794 plus days.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We're at almost 1,800.
Yeah. So how to increase your score, right?
Yeah.
Increase your Snap score. You like stepping on my foot.
I know.
More snaps. The fastest way to increase your Snap score is by sending more snaps to your friends on a daily basis.
No shit.
Add friends, send snaps to multiple friends, open snaps, Snapchat screens, watch, discover videos.
That makes no sense.
They said avoid text messages. Hold on. Adding a friend can raise your snap score. To send many snaps a day, but here's another fact. You'll need to send multiple snaps to multiple friends. So if you've taken a fun snap, you can't send the same snap to everyone. That won't increase your snap score, and the snaps need to be different. Oh. I don't know. That's weird.
You tell me if I take a single snap and send it to 6 people, doesn't count as 6 snaps?
That's kind of what they're making it seem.
It's not possible.
But that doesn't make any sense.
No, my score, there's no way my score would be what it is.
Yeah. I think they're making it sound like, because if it's the same snap, that, like, if everyone's getting the same snap and you put it in your story, they're less likely to respond to you. Because their response is another score. Sure. I think that's kind of what they're trying to say.
Okay.
Because this isn't, like, this is trying to, like, increase your score, like, for your following.
Maybe instead of writing, like, how do you increase your score, just write, like...
How active you are on the platform. You can't do anything with the points. They're just a tool to keep people engaged. I love that.
Interesting.
I think it's just...
Pictures.
Yeah, sending snaps and opening snaps.
So it has nothing to do with fucking messaging.
Yeah, because I don't think typing messages to people does anything.
Okay.
I think you have to send the pictures.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wild. All right, guys, that's a fucking how-to on Snapchat.
There we go.
All right. I think I'm done for now.
Yeah. Are you done now?
We've been on for too long.
Yep.
I need to take a nap.
We went from this is going to be a really short podcast to this is now a longer podcast.
Yep. All right. Stay tuned. We'll talk more about I'm a soul and this is my vessel.
On episode 167.
Peace.
See ya.